Good morning, crafting friends, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm Georgia, and we are so happy that you are with us today. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. We hope that you hop on and say hi to us. My sister and I go on this crafting journey together. Her name is Maudie, and she is over in the chat room and wants to chat with you, answer any questions that you might have. So take a moment to hop on right now and say, hey, Maudie, how's it going? We are very excited about today's show because it is Technique Tuesday. We have such a fun technique to show you that we know you're going to love, and it uses a household item. So get ready for that. I just want to take a moment and say good morning to Pat. Good morning to Patricia. And we have a birthday in the house. So when you hop on, take a moment and wish Patricia a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Patricia. Okay. So let me see, what other news do I need to tell you? Yes, hop on, say hi to us. If you're watching the rebroadcast, take a moment after the video and leave us a comment, please. Let us know how we're doing. Did you like the cards? Did you like the technique that we're about to show you? I think you're really going to like it. So let's go ahead and head down to the crafting table and let's get busy with this technique. Guess what it is? Oh my goodness. It is cling wrap. We are going to create the coolest background with just cling wrap. Hey, Darlene. Thank you for joining us. Now, you're going to need to take your base card, which is simply 8.5 by 4.5, scored at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So you're just going to take that. And I'm going to make a landscape card, and I'm also going to make a top fold card. So you're going to see it both ways. But on this one, we're going to go ahead and just open it up because I'm going to put our background right on the card. Now, you will need like a border, a piece of cardstock or something so that when we do this technique, you don't get it on the back of your card because you don't want to do that. So let's just grab us a piece of cling wrap. You can use anything that's cling wrap. You can use other things as well, but we're going to go ahead with our cling wrap. I'm going to give us a big enough piece so that I don't get it all over my fingers, right? And what's fun about this is you just kind of ball it up. But I want to make sure and get some little creases. So I'm going to control it just a little bit. And then I'm going to make me a little handle right here. So I'm going to open this up. Just kind of make sure we have some good little creases in it. And look at that. How easy is that? Now, I'm going to bring in my two colors. And the two colors that I'm working with are Melon Mambo and Crushed Curry. I think you're going to like these. And I'm going to start with Melon Mambo. Hey, Carol, welcome. So happy that you're here with us. Let's go ahead and start with that. Now, I'm just going to grab it from the back, and I'm simply going to make sure that I go right up to the score line and just tap, tap, tap. Let's see. I'm going to grab that piece right there. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, goodness. Look at that. That is so pretty. I love this. And wow, we have a background. But you know, we don't like to just do one color. We like to go ahead and do a two-color process. So I'm going to get me another piece of Glad Wrap, cling wrap, because I don't want to get any of that Melon Mambo in our yellow, right? So once again, we're just going to get it like that. Make sure you have a little handle in the back, and make sure you have some good creases up front. And we're going to open up that crushed curry and just put a little layer on that to make it even pop even more. Look at that. And you know what? This really helps you coordinate your colors when you add your cardstock and or your DSP. Now let's take a look at that and see what you think. Isn't that a pretty background? I love that background. Okay, so now we're going to bring in a strip, and this strip is 2 inches by 5.5 because we're going to take it all the way to the bottom. And we just want to thank everyone. We just posted our paper pumpkin, and we've had so many great comments. We had so much fun with the paper pumpkin. We came up with all kinds of fun folds, and we actually had a couple of our crafting friends create the stepper card and post it. And so, woohoo! We just want to say that to our crafting friends who did that. Thank you so much. We love seeing your cards. So let's go ahead and lay this down. Just a little bit of glue. And stay with us because we have 2 more cards to show you at the end that we think you're going to like. We are using, in this one, we are going to use contour, color and contour as our flower to stamp our area. Ooh, it's going to be pretty. Now we're simply bringing in some stripes, a little bit different. And this comes from the DSP, let's see, it's Sun Prince. Such a pretty blue. And you know, I love stripes. I like to bring stripes in because it just adds interest to your card. So let's go ahead and lay that down. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is you need to get your squares and you need to cut out nesting squares. So any size square that you want, but you need to make sure that you have enough room for your sentiment right here. So really the size of it depends on what you need. So let's just put that right there and let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I recommend that you always stamp your sentiment first when you have a small area like this because you want to make sure that it fits, right? I don't want to bring in my flowers and then it doesn't fit. So let's go ahead and just put that right in the middle. Stamp that down. Oh, I love that font. Love it. Let me show you. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in our Melon Mambo and we're going to stamp our flowers. Now, with the color and contour, we have two different stamps. We have the outline and then we have the actual stamp that floods it, right? Hey, Rita, welcome. No, you're not late. You're perfectly on time. So let's go ahead and we're going to stamp with the Dark Melon Mambo. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp our outline first and just go around the edges just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do some here. And then I'm going to come in with the light one. And I'm going to just stamp with the light one. Let's see. Here we go. Now, on our stamps that we use on these, we put a dot where it lines up because otherwise you're not going to get that nice coverage that you want. So you see how we put a dot right there and we put a dot here? That way we know how to line up our flowers so that they match perfectly. So what do you do when you have a 2-stamp process? Do you do that as well? And as I stamp the leaves, let's take a minute and share with us, please. How do you make sure that your stamps line up? We would love to learn from you as well. So as you put your comments, I'm going to go ahead and stamp our leaves. Get this in here. We'll do a little bit of coloring. And there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and just bring in a blend to color that. Okay. Just go the inside, and I'm using the brush nib so that I can color it much faster. Let's get that. And right at the top. Ah, look how pretty that looks. And now I'm going to set that up on dimensionals. So I'm just going to grab a couple dimensionals and I'm going to put it on all four sides to make sure that when you send it through the mail, it doesn't get squished too badly, right? Because we want it to be up a little bit. I think that always adds to the presentation of a card when you have something set up on dimensionals. Okay, let's just set this right up, right in the center. Now, we are simply going to set this right here on top. And we have another design of this same thing that we're going to show you at the end and with our next card. So we're going to change it up just a little. But this one, we're just going to lay down with some glue and then we will finish the inside of our card. So, just a very simple card on the outside, but oh my goodness, that technique of using that cling wrap makes such a quick background. And you use your Stamparatus. Yes, that's a great idea, Patricia. Use your Stamparatus and you make sure that that stamp goes right in the right place. Love that idea. Okay, the next thing we need to do is go ahead and we like to layer our cards on the inside. So I'm just going to get some glue and lay that down. And now I'm going to just add some of these flowers just to get it so pretty. And Pat says, well, she just keeps turning it until she lines it up. You know what? That's a good idea. That works as well, Pat. You don't have to worry about it, right? But let me show you how this works. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get our dark one first. And I'm going to go ahead and put my dot that I created right here on the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. And now I'm going to bring in my foundation of color. And we have our dot right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just line it up right here, making sure. Oh, I could see I was off just a little bit, but not much. We got it on there fairly straight. And now I'm just going to bring in some leaves and stamp it on the inside, and we will have it done. Let's just stamp a leaf right here and one right here. And we're going to go ahead and color that as well with our brush nib. I really like using the brush nib, so it's funny when Maudie and I open up our blends, no matter how careful I am to, turn it sideways and not hurt the nibs, those brush nibs go first. So we have a perfectly good blend, but the brush nib is not there anymore because of using it all the time, right? Oh, okay. And Carol puts a dot. Yes, she puts a dot as well. So now we're just going to bring in our stamp, and I'm going to bring in the Starry Sky to stamp the inside. And we're going to use this beautiful sentiment that says, "You're absolutely amazing." Stamp it down. There we have it. Just going to put this on, glue it down, and we have our first card. I'm going to go ahead and show you another way you can do this with one of our cards. So here is this one. We just simply took the square and we left it a square. But what about this? What about if you turn it to be a triangle? Look how pretty this is. We used our Starry Sky. We used our color contour again, and we stamped it around. And that triangle just really adds interest to the card. And you're absolutely amazing. So we have those two done. And now we're going to bring in, what did I say? Triangle. Maudie just said, it's not a triangle, it's a diamond. I don't know why I call these triangles all the time. Yes, it is absolutely a diamond. Diamond, diamond. Okay, our next one that we're going to use, we are going to use Wisteria Wishes. Oh my goodness, love that stamp set. And look at the colors we're going to use. We're going to bring in our white again, right? I'm just going to move these to the side. But this time it's going to be a top fold. And so let's go ahead and bring in the colors that we are going to use our new technique on. We're going to use Gorgeous Grape and Parakeet Party. Oh, such bright, bright colors. I love bright colors. So let's go ahead and get both of our pieces of cling wrap. And this is another way, if you need to make some thank you cards very quickly, creating that background, you could do 10 cards really quickly using this background technique, and they wouldn't even know how you did it because it's so darn cute, right? So we're just going to crinkle this up a little bit. Now, I'm going to flatten it, but remember, you want to bring in that mat so that you don't get any bleed over right here. So let's go ahead and just put that down, and let's just get some of this going on. Look at how fast that goes. See, you could have an assembly line and make cards very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and shut that and then bring in our lime green. Our Parakeet Party is lime green. I just love the bright colors. So I'm just going to put that right there. I'm going to bring in our other piece and just crumple it up, making myself a little handle right in the back. And just making sure that it's crumpled. And just bring in some of that green. Oh, look at that. Love this technique. Here we go. Look at that. Bright, bright colors. And now we're simply bringing in our color coordination of our Gorgeous Grape cardstock. Going to lay that down. And once again, this is simply a 2-inch strip, 2 inch by 5.5. Going to lay this right here. And then look at this. I think this adds some interest. And this is from our DSP Design a Daydream. You get that when you host a party. You can get it. So that's fun. This is a fun, fun set of DSP. Now, I have what we're going to stamp, and so we're going to bring in, this time, we're going to turn it in a diamond shape. So we have our wisteria. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in, I'm wondering if I shouldn't use the darker green. I think I will. I'm going to bring in the darker green, just stamp that. And I'm just going to stamp it right here because I want it right on the side. I want enough room for our stamp, our saying. So let me do that first, right? Because I don't want our wisteria to go over our wonderful little stamp. And this is Happiness Grows Within. So let's go ahead and put that right there. Okay, and now I can stamp around it. So let's do that. Let me turn this so that we have, trying to see the best way. Oh, I think I can do that right there. Okay, hold it. And now I'm going to bring in some Gorgeous Grape and stamp the wisteria. So pretty. And you know what? I forgot. This wisteria is also a 2-step process, and it is so pretty. You want to remember to do that. So we have our second stamp that we use, and I'm going to just put that to the side. And now I'm just going to put that right there. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now I'm going to get the Blackberry Bliss, but I'm going to stamp it off because I don't want it too dark. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp it off just a little bit. and then stamp it on. You can still get a shadow, a nice shadow there. And look at that. I love that shadow that it creates. Okay, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. And now we're simply going to bring in our dimensionals again and lay this right on the front of the card. Okay. And we will have our 2 cards. So pretty. And you know what? You know what I like about this, Pat, is I like, she said it was very easy. It is easy. And it's really not messy. Sometimes, and I manage to get ink all over me anyway, right? And I just don't like messy. So anyway, this is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to put our stamp right here, right in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it down. And I just love this technique. And you know what? Just think, you could do patriotic colors. You could do Christmas colors. I mean, just really so quickly, you wouldn't even have to think about it. So now we're going to go ahead and put an insert on the inside. Get that laid down. Here we go. And we like to always, when we have a white card, we always do the double matting because the white cardstock is never quite as heavy, right? And so we like to go ahead and make our cards just a little bit heavier. And I'm going to go ahead and put You Are Amazing on this one too. And I am going to use the, let me see, what did I use on the front? I used the Rich Razzleberry, so I'm going to go ahead and use that to stamp the inside. Sometimes you just need that quick card, right? I think I'll put it right in the middle. And this is one of those. And let's see if there's anything else I want to put. Maybe I will just stamp a few of the leaves just to give it a little more color. Let me get that. I'm not going to put any wisteria, but just some leaves, like right here, just to give it some interest. And let's get that laid down. And here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take this aside. And now let's take a moment and let's look at these cards. I love the diamond turned like this. I just think that is so pretty. But let's look at it right next to a square. And you can tell us which one you like. Here's a square. Or do you like the diamond? Let us know in your comments. We would love to know. Now, remember I said I was going to show another one. This is the one that I showed earlier. It's also a diamond. And we use the color contour. We stamp set. We use the Wisteria Wishes. And now let me show you the last one that we did. Look at this cute little birdie. Oh, love this little guy. He's from Sweet Songbirds. That's right, Pat. It's like making your own DSP. Love it. Now look at how cute he is. We use the Parakeet Party again, this really vibrant green with blue. I love blue and lime green. I think it's so pretty. And then you open it up and you have your branch. And all these we have decorated on the inside. So let us know in your comments. You like the diamond, Patricia? I do too. I really like the diamond one. What does everyone else like? If you are watching the rebroadcast, take a moment and let us know. Do you like the diamond? Do you like the square? Which one do you like? Okay. Well, ladies, thank you so much for sharing your time with us today on this Technique Tuesday. We hope you like this technique. We love this technique, so we will definitely be using it in the future. Remember that we have a live on Thursday night at 7 p.m. We hope that you can join us. We also posted our paper pumpkin alternatives. If you haven't seen that, you need to check it out. We have 11 cards to share with you, fun folds that, you know what? You don't have to just use them for paper pumpkin. You can use them for any card design that you want. And we've linked videos below our paper pumpkin video so that you can see how we did those cards as well. Well, we want you to go out and have a fantastic day. Make it a great Tuesday, and we hope to see you on Thursday night. Bye-bye.